Hello grade 5! Welcome back to my channel! It's me, Ma'am Ann. Congratulations po ay natapos niyo ang ating third quarter. And then ngayon ay mag-uumpisa na naman tayo sa ating quarter 4 week 1 science 5. But before we start, if you are new to my YouTube channel, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you will updated if I have a new upload videos. Okay, for this fourth quarter, about earth science naman tayo. And our lesson title about weathering. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to communicate the data collected from the investigation and the soil erosion. So, meaning you have to investigate the soil erosion. So, what is soil erosion? So, mamaya, malalaman nyo yan kung ano yung ating soil erosion. But before that, ito pala ay reference natin sa ating CALABARZON 4A sa ating mga learners packet or tinatawag natin na LEAP. Okay, so our content about weathering and soil erosion shape the earth's surface and affect living things and environment. Maganda po ito kasi earth science. Ito yung favorite ko. Earth is mainly composed of rocks that differ in terms of sizes, shapes, and colors. The rock seems to be very hard, dense, and indestructible. They still break. Rocks are broken down into smaller pieces by the effects of the weather. Kahit sa, di ba sa tingin naman natin kapag sinasabing bato, ay hindi talaga sobrang tigas talaga niya. But times will come as the chemical composition of that stone or rock, and then there are factors na to be considered na unti-unti siyang nawawalan ng minerals. So, itong weathering na lesson natin nito is napakano kasi wow, it's very interesting. Okay, so these pieces do not move to a new location. They simply break down by remain next to one another. The breaking of rocks into fragments is known as the weathering. Ang tawag po sa mga unti-unting lumiliit or broken pieces ng ating rocks, yan po ang tinatawag na weathering. Bakit nagkakaroon ng weathering? So, yun po. As we go deeper to this lesson, ay malalaman niyo yan. So, weathering is an important process that helps shape the Earth's surface. Without this weathering process na nangyayari sa ating mga rocks, ay hindi nagkakaroon ng hugis ang ating earth. Okay? Importanteng meron tayong weathering process. The breaking of rocks result into formation of soil and different landforms. Okay, sa mga Stone Age pa, that time is puro lang talaga stone. Kaya nga Stone Age. Many years na dumadaan, that stone or rocks ay nagpo-form siya ng soil. And then, somewhat, nagkakaroon ng different landforms. Ano-ano yung mga landforms? Meron yan sa ating aralin panlipunan na mga anyong lupa. Okay, siya yung merong big influence si weathering sa nagkakaroon tayo ng soil and ng landforms. So this is also the reason why we have amazing rock formation. Marami tayong makikita yan sa mga mountains na nandun yung mga mountain climbers, nandun yung mga rock formation. Marami itong iba-ibang formation sa buong mundo. And then weathering can either be mechanical and chemical. Ito ang dapat nyong tandaan na merong dalawang uri ang ating weathering. Ang una ay mechanical, ang pangalawa ay chemical. Okay? Sounds like, di ba? mechanical and chemical. Okay, what is mechanical weathering? So, mechanical weathering is a physical wearing away of rocks without any change in their chemical nature. Okay? So, ibig sabihin pala si mechanical ay physical siya, walang chemical involved. Kusa siyang nabibiyak into smaller pieces. Unlike sa chemical weathering, there is a chemical involved. Ibig sabihin ng chemical, may chemical, yon. So while chemical weathering involves change in composition of the rocks, allows them to break down into pieces. Ibig sabihin, si mechanical ay sinasadya natin yung binibiyak, yung rocks. Si chemical, it's either the extreme hot, extreme cold, and heavy rains. Yun, there is impact of that chemical weathering. So what are the agents of weathering? So ito na yung agents yung NBI agents? No, hindi po yan. Agents of weathering. Sila yung nagbibigay influensya bakit nagkakaroon ng weathering. Okay, so as you can see in our water, the wind, the temperature, and the plants. First, bakit agents of weathering si water? Okay? Water can break rocks into different ways. So, si water talaga, ang elements ng water is, yung force niya, yung currents, yung pressure, yun. There is mga kasi si water. So, the strong waves that seep into the cracks of rocks can make them break. When it gets colder, this water can expand and turn into ice, which can trigger rocks to break as well. Okay. Na-observe nyo ba kung sino yung malapit dito sa dagat? Okay. Habang ang ng waves flow, yung current ng waves sa lalo na kapag high tide, ano yung high tide? Yung mataas yung level ng sea water. So, ngayon, sa sobrang lakas ng alon, nagkakaroon ng impact yun na nagka-crack yung mga rocks. So, habang inuulit-ulit na yung waves doon, yun na. Kasi yung sea water, meron na siyang chemical doon. Salt. Yan. So, kapag naman ay taglamig, lalo na sa ibang bansa, yun, na-expand yung stone. Na-expand yun, parang umuhugot. And then, lalo na ay kapag nandun ka sa talagang sobrang maginaw na lugar, yung stone na yun or yung rocks na yun, habang na-expand, nag-ano siya ng form into ice. So, nagtitrigger siya na mabiyak talaga, and then habang tumatagal as the time passes by, ayun na nga po, unti-unti na siyang nabibiyak. So, that is one of the agents of weathering, yung water. Okay, aside from water, there is wind. Wind is another agent of weathering that causes beautiful formation like the Mahayao Arcs in Sabtang Island, Batanes, Philippines. So, as you can see the picture here, ayan. So, as the wind blows, it carries sand or small rocks particles that scratch the rock surface. So, they can bring about mechanical weathering, which can also result to different rock formation. Okay, kasi doon sa amin sa Batanes. Doon kasi sa amin sa Batanes. Hindi ako taga Batanes, sorry Chucho lang. Okay, malakas ang hangin doon kasi doon sa mataas yun ng ating Philippines area, responsibility. Ano yun? Okay, so, as wind blows, habang yung hangin ay rumaragasa, sobrang lakas, parang bagyo sa kanila araw-araw Malakas ang hangin, mga storm signal number 2, mga ganon. So, yun po, nag-create din siya ng yung mga particles ng soil kasi yun, dinadala din siya ng hangin. Okay, kahit sa sobrang lakas ng hangin, yun, lalo na kapag may crack yung rocks doon, nililipad yung mga small particles. So, yan po ang isang dahilan na nagkakaroon ng different rock formation doon sa aming Batanes. Yun po yun. Okay? This is the picture. Okay, next. Temperature. Okay, when rocks are exposed to varying temperature, ibig sabihin temperature, the hotness and coldness, ganon. So, it expands. If rocks are exposed to a low temperature, it contracts. So, the repeated expansion and contraction of the rocks due to changes in temperature result is weathering. Okay. Mag-observe tayo. Sino po dito ang merong anong tawag nito? Saingan na ginagamitan ng uling. Paki-comment nga po. Okay. Okay. Kapag meron kayong ganun, kasi meron kaming ganun eh. Okay. Extreme hot naman yon. Kasi nilagyan ng uling as hanggang na maluto na yung sinasaing natin, sobrang init nun. Di ba kasi yung sa uling kasi, di ba ang ano nun is semento. So, let's assume na that this is rock. Okay. So, let's try to have an investigation. Kasi ito ang lesson natin, di ba? Buhusan mo yan ng tubig. Okay. Nung binuhusan mo siya ng tubig, di ba? Nag-create ng bubbles, merong smoke. Yun po. So, yung sobrang init, biglang anuhan mo ng tubig, nagka-create talaga siya ng contraction and expansion. So, ayun, hanggang paulit-ulit na yun, ay nawiwik ng parang humihina na yung doon sa saingan na yon na ginagamitan ng uling. So, same as that in our the temperature in our environment. So, sobrang init, lalo na ngayon, sobrang init talaga, 49 degrees Celsius, ang init. Tapos, kung mauulanan ka, anong mangyayari sa'yo? Di ba yung ganun, biglang ulan, tapos, sobrang init, galing ka sa initan, tapos, unaulanan ka. Imagine nyo lang yung ganon scenario. Okay? So, yun po yung explanation dun sa temperature. If there is extreme hot and extreme cold, and then paulit-ulit na lang siyang nangyayaring ganon, nagki-create talaga siya ng weathering. So, next is the plants. So, the plants, bakit nagka-contribute siya doon sa weathering process ng ating mga rocks? So, some plants like lichens, ferns, and mosses can also trigger weathering. So, it can grow on rocks and cause them to break into pieces. Eventually, metabolic of life or life process of these plants will cause the gradual breakage of rocks into smaller pieces. Okay, as you can observe, guys, sa ating, lalo na kapag matanda yung bato, nalulumutan, napapansin nyo yung mga minsang mga bato ay merong mga green colors. So, yun po ay it's either lichens ba siya or mosses. Okay, nakaka-trigger din siya ng weathering kasi yung ganyang klaseng mga plants kasi is nag-absorb siya ng water. So, nangangailangan talaga siya ng most of the time water. So, yung rocks na yun, lalo na kapag nababad ng sobrang tagal doon sa moist na yun, nagka-create din siya ng crack or nabibreak din siya into smaller pieces. So, yun po ang explanation bakit nakaka-contribute si plants sa ating weathering process. Aside from plants, ang animals din. bakit nakaka-contribute yung animals sa weathering? So, animals that live underground also contribute to weathering. As burrowing animals dig deeper, they cause rocks to break into pieces. So, hindi naman ito ay sinasabing lahat ng animals, kundi yung animals lang in particular na naninirahan sila sa ilalim ng lupa. So, as that particular animals boring yung sa ilalim, meron naman yung earthworm, yung ano pa ba yung nakatira sa ilalim ng lupa. Okay, habang nangungutkot dun sila sa ilalim, ayun, sila din yung nagkakos ng weathering sa pagkutkot dun sa ilalim ng lupa. Okay, so aside from animals, humans, ito talagang pinakamalaking talaga, bakit mayroong weathering? Yung humans. Why humans? So humans are also contribute to weathering of rocks. So subdivision developers use bulldozers to flatten mountains or hills to build houses. Some construction workers use jackhammer to break boulders of rocks as they repair roads. Mining companies extract stones or rocks from quarry or open pit mine. Some miners throw dynamite and other explosive on quarry site to get more rocks or stone which can trigger landslide. Nakakalungkot. Okay. Sa tingin nyo ba ay magandang gawain nito? So, kung hindi naman din sa mga nyo, wala tayong subdivision, mga ganyan-ganyan. So, yung mga equipments or yung mga tools na ginagamit na nakakontribute ng weathering sa ating mga rocks ay gawa ng tao. Sobrang talino kasi ng tao. Hindi na kontento sa kung anong meron lang. So, gusto niyang ma-improve yung kanyang pamumuhay. So, humans have a big ito yung pinaka contributor factors ng ating weathering rocks, lalo sa mga nagmimina, sa mga nagagawa ng mga buildings, and marami pa pong iba. So, malaking impact po yung tao sa kakaroon kasi, di ba, habang gumagawa ka ng bahay, yung mga malalaking bato ay dinadaan siya dun sa machine para lumiliit, para magawa din ng semento. Yung mga ganun. Tapos dun sa minahan, habang nasa ilalim ka ng lupa, di ba, na hinahanap ng mga gold, mga minerals, binibiyak din nila yun. So, yun po. Then, yung mga nagka-quarry, isa din po yun. So, yun po yung mga factors din. Kapag ang human ay isang contributor dun sa ating weathering rocks. So, the activity that you are going to perform will clearly explain weathering through communicating the data collected from the investigation of the soil erosion. Ano kaya itong soil erosion? Sa tingin nyo, anong soil erosion? So, ang soil erosion ay hindi siya merong natural soil erosion, meron ding man-made soil erosion. Katulad lang din siya ng weathering of rocks, merong natural and merong ding man-made. Okay, there's a lot of examples na natural na yung soil erosion. Pero, but before that, what is soil erosion? Soil erosion kasi, that soil erode. Soil erode. Parang natatransfer yung soil into another place. Okay, for example, sobrang lakas ng hangin, tapos yung alikabok, it's a form of soil erosion. Yung alikabok napunta sa mukhaan mo, mga ganun, nasa loob na ng sasakyan yung alikabok. So, that's an example of soil erosion. Aside from that, yung landslide. Yung soil na nanggagaling dun sa mountains, napunta na sa baba, yun po, soil erosion na din po yun. Okay, kapag another example of soil erosion na yung mga tao ay nangungutkot ng soil doon sa mga ilog natin sa riverside, tapos dinadala dito sa ating lugar kung saan tayo nagpapagawa ng ating mga bahay. it's a form of soil erosion din po yun. Aside from that, yung lalo kapag sa animals din, mga ganun din. So, many examples ng soil erosion. In our learning test 1, prepare the materials listed below. If not available, you may use the materials at home to perform the activity. You may ask the help of your parents, guardians, or any adult members of the family if needed. So the activity title, Erosion by Water. So our materials are 2 small pans, 6 cups of garden soil, and 2 bottles of 500 ml water. So there are 4 procedures you must be followed, and they have 5 questions to be answered. Okay? And in our learning test 2, prepare the materials same instruction in our activity 1. So ito naman the activity title is the showing wind erosion. So the materials are 1 cup of fine sand, hard cardboard, and paper plate. So there are 4 procedures to be followed and 1 question to be answered. In our learning test 3, day 3, use a Venn diagram to compare and contrast mechanical and chemical weathering. So, pag kumpara mo, and then ano yung pinakaiba ng mechanical at chemical weathering. And then dito sa gitna, kung ano yung pagkatulad nilang dalawa. Okay? Most of the time ito naman dito natin susulat yung ano ang magkapareho nilang dalawa. Ito yung pinakaiba nila. Okay? Simple lang yan. Based in the introduction part of this lesson. Now we're learning test 4. Identify the change happening in each situation. On the space provided before each number, draw a heart's eyes emoji if the change is example of a mechanical weathering, and wow emoji if an example of chemical weathering. So there are 10 items. So yun po, madali lang mag-draw ng heart eyes and the wow emoji. Ayan. So in learning test 5, describe how rocks turn into soil in the following picture below, and write your description in the space provided before each picture. Yan po, you have to describe paano siya nagiging soil. Okay, there are picture here and here. There are 3 picture. Ang una is ferns. And then sa pangalawa, nag-operate ng bulldozer ba yan? Some black and white kasi. And then sa third, the water flow. Okay? Yun pa. Paano siya nagkakaano? Okay, so now we're learning test 6. Read each item carefully. Encircle the letter that corresponds to the correct answer. So there are 5 questions, and you have to write the letter in your answer sheet. Weathering is an important process that helps shape the Earth's surface. It is the breaking down of rocks into fragments. Physical wearing away of rocks, while chemical weathering involves a change in a composition of rocks that allows them to break into pieces. And the different agents of weathering includes water, wind, temperature, plants, animals, people, or human. So they cause rocks to break into pieces. So yan po, that is our summary of our lesson. Learning test 6, matching type. Okay, match the definition in column A with the concept of column B. Write the letter of your answer on the space provided before each number. Okay, when we say definition, ito yung meaning, kahulugan, ganan-ganan. Okay? And sa school namin kasi printed. So, pwede kayong magsagot dyan sa inyong lip. Then, yun lang din ang ipipasa. Kung sa ibang school ay soft copy, ipiprint nyo, or you have to provide answer sheet. At that's all for today, guys. I hope na meron pa kayong natutunan. Comment down below if you have a question, suggestion, recommendation, violent reaction, bashers, and everything. Thank you so much, guys, and hope to see you soon. And wait, there's more. The soft copy of our lip and the key answers are in my description box below. Okay, and then thank you and God bless and mabuhay po tayong lahat. Bye-bye!